Okay, slight bit of a rush, but no matters. I am now live. I was just going to validate all the tens of thousands of tracks. Come on, you can do it. Hello there, everyone. Hello, Bogdan and Jonator. And hello, Elliot Dudon. Hello, welcome to this stream, the Nimby Rail stream, where I am fixing the Brighton Mainline with an asterisk. So, what have I been doing behind your back? Well, as you can see by as you can see on the screen here, if I just zoom in, we have some pesky 1995 stocks now running. Yes, I have added the entire Northern line as just behind everyone's backs, and it is bringing us the money. Oh my goodness! So if we just take a look on the weekday, where is it? Yeah. Okay. Yes, I've cheated. Let me look. I'll show you what I've cheated. But just give me a second. Let me just let's just get to the problem area. Oh, here we are, Southampton. So what I did, all I did is reduce the catchment area at St Dennis, Bittern, Woolston, Shoaling. Oh, I think I kept Netley the same. Is Netley the same? Yeah, Netley is the same. And Swanwick I've reduced. That's all I have done. I couldn't... When you have them at their maximum catchment area, the stations become unusable on the weekdays. It is impossible to utilise them. Again, my 8-car 450 is full to the brim when it leaves St Dennis. Okay? That's it. Everything else... well, I guess even using 8-car trains is cheating because they run as 4. But yeah, that's all I have done. So at the moment, the trains are behaving nice and dandy. Do you cross-reference them with actual passenger figures? No. Of course not. I'm just using the Nimby Rails passenger demand, the default passenger well, not the default one, it's using workplace data, but point still stands, and it's just not 100% frequency. I mean, realistic. What about more frequency? It's already at maximum capacity because the line has got crap signaling. Hello there, Levi. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I don't want to add more trains than it already has. It's already running a little bit more than it does anyway. Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. It's running at the amount of trains you expect. Yeah, sorry. I'm running at the at typical capacity. Like, I can't run any more trains into Portsmouth Harbour because I only got 4 platforms. I am improving things, but mainly on the Brighton Mainline stuff. This area, as far as I'm concerned, is southwestern territory. It's not my problem. Alright, fine. There we go. Yeah, I'll accept that. Also, I was considering of redoing Arundel Junction, but with the trains I'm running at their typical frequency, everything seems to be fine. Like, there's no... The trains don't get stuck at signals, so everything is perfect. Weird. Anyway, let's put on me tunes. There we go. Let's put on me tunes and start work on the next stage. Since this is now all fixed, as far as I'm concerned, we can now I can now show you other things that I've done. So I've also added the line to Tunbridge Wells because whenever I get ready to add the East Coastway line, I'm going to be forced to add the line to Hastings, the Hastings line. I'm going to be forced to add that. So I've just got the Tunbridge Wells service running at the moment, and he's behaving quite well. I'm using a mixture of 8 and 10 car 465s. And he's bringing in some good money. And I've got the Tunbridge 377 running as well. No issues whatsoever. And Sevenoaks is now finally served by Southeastern trains. So, with that. And like I mentioned earlier, I've added the Northern line. It's running every 3 minutes, which is, as far as I'm concerned, good. And it gets real busy. It's a Saturday, so at the moment in game, so it's not as busy as it would be. Also, hello there, Jasua. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, it's lots of people who want to use the Northern Line, and I decided to remake it as accurately. Well, okay, I've built the entire Northern Line. Okay, so I'll just show you how much I built. So yeah, there's Balham. So people are now actually using Balham Station to change trains. Are you adding the service to Ashford? I'm trying not to. I'm saving that for when I reach Ashford on the Marshalling service, but I most likely will need to. But not yet. There's Stockwell. And yeah, because of this, I've also included the Nine Elms and Battersea Power Station section. But yeah, the whole Northern Line. And London Bridge is getting lots of passengers as well. And yeah, the entire Northern Line is added, including a very accurate rendition of Euston. And then we got this section here, Goodge Street, Tottenham Court Road, Leicester Square, Charing Cross. A lot more people are using Embankment than Charing Cross, because Embankment is closer to where the Charing Cross marker is. Then we got Waterloo, and I wonder what this is going to be used for. Waterloo, and obviously back to Kennington. What is your demand factor? I've increased it to 45% now. It was originally at 40 when I was starting this up, but I've upped it to 45%. Because we've got lots of trains now, which means we can make lots of money, yay. Yes, Bogdan, Waterloo and City Line. But that'll come later. So, our next task is to add, what's it called? Our Mole Valley Line services. So we're going to add the southern one first, because it's a southern save off the end of the day, they get priority. Now, we've got enough money to build this, so this should be dirt easy. But let me just refresh my mind on the services again, so... So, let's see what we got. Mole. So we've got, okay, so we already added the Epsom one, but they both start from London Victoria. So you've got one train an hour to Dorking, and then one train an hour to Horsham. So they both go the same route, but the one to Dorking, the one that only goes as far as Dorking, calls at fewer stops. I am not adding the Northern Line to, what's it called? Clapham Junction. That's heinous. Goodness gracious me, that would be unfun. Yeah, I'm too scared to have a demand factor in the triple digits. No, sir. Alright, let's start building. And this will be also very good because this will make a faster connection to Dorking. Oh, I forgot to give you a bit of a little treat I've done for you. Looky here. It's the 769 running the stopping service between Guildford and Redhill. Not Gatwick, just Guildford to Redhill. So it's running a stopping service. You're welcome. And people are actually using Dorking West. We can't have that. We need to reduce the population so no one is using the station. There we go. We can't have people using Dorking West. That's legal. Hello there, Memes Tube. How you doing? What was I saying? How many mods do I have? Too many. It lags the game when I open up the screen. Well, it hasn't failed yet, but it does, well, the maintenance cost... Actually, how bad is the maintenance cost compared to the turbo? Well, it's like 10 times higher. So, yeah, there's that. The 769 has higher capacity though. It just accelerates real slow. But at least we have the bay platform here at Reigate, otherwise we'd be screwed. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, I was gonna join this up quickly. Oakley, Warnham, and at Horsham, again as I've shown in last time, Horsham now has a split platform 1. So platform 1A will be used for platform 1A will be used by our service to there on the London to Horsham service. Also, why isn't the train using this? Alright, hang on, let me just fix something up quickly. Yeah, Brittany Ferries. I can at least agree on that. No, just. There we go. That's more like it. That's what I wanted it to do. Okay, now let's add the our service. Excuse me. SN Horsham. No, SN Mole. SN MV. So how much did I charge for the equivalent? So $8.50. But if the service had used 769 IRL, at least one diagram would be 165, 166 operated. But things are currently okay at Norwood, as I have 2 spare X-Transport for Wales trains to cover the overhauls. Woo! How nice of them. Right, so... Southern... Technically it falls under Metro. Oh no! Yeah! Oh yes, 769s! Thank you! Oh, we need to have the right attitude, Mr. Will. Thankfully, though, 769s will not be used on this service. We're about to add the Mole Valley line. Okay, let me just look at the times quickly. So if I just go to Vic, where is my Dorking lad? Tempting as it would be, but nah. I'm not going to be using 319s. That being said, can anyone remind me if the 455 went to Horsham? I can't remember if it did or not. Right, I'm just checking, where is it? So, 1011? 1041, okay. 769 on the service from Newport Docks to Newport Docks via that giant shredder. I would be inclined to agree that is a much more reasonable service. Not after NSCs, I don't think, but they've reached Bognor on the Summer Saturday special before. Filth. That sounds horrible. You'd probably melt. Goodness me, and I thought I was a meanie. checking the other platform. Okay, it could reach platform 15 actually, yeah, okay. As a last resort. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so we most likely won't use the 455s on the one beyond Dorking. So, what's the stopping pattern? Clapham Junction, Balham, Mitcham East Fields, Junction, and then basically all stops to Horsham. Gotcha. I did remember seeing that. That was pretty bad. Didn't ride on it, but I did see pictures of that when that happened. That was an event. Good. Well, evening for me, but hello, Tom Vasin. Welcome to the stream. Right, and then Mitcham East Fields. We finally have our direct link from Balham to Mitcham East Fields. You're a meanie, Journator. Then again, this is the Mole Valley line. It's a stopping route, but... yeah. 387 just feels overpowered. Well, like, poorly... not appropriate for this service, is what I'm trying to say. So, Chem, Ewell East... no, yeah, is it? Yeah, Ewell East. Then Epsom. Oh wait, there was the... oh yeah, there's also the Epsom service. Silly me, I forgot about that. I misread Epsom as Epsom Downs. Oh. So that's another service we'll have to add. But we're adding this one first anyway. I wanted to go on a day out in London, but unsure what train I should ride after I get to London. As am I. I'm not you, I don't know. What do you want to see? Yeah, we could probably chuck a few 455s on the Epsom stopper. Oh, well, then again, it does... the Epsom one does run non-stop from London Bridge to Norwood Junction. So, maybe a 377 would be more appropriate on that one? I don't know. How much of the South Eastern network have you built? I have a few ideas for smarter service patterns when it's built. I'm really... the thing here is that I don't know if I want to build the service to Rainham. The Thameslink service to Rainham. Because if I build that service, I am forced to add the looping services, like the one that goes around Slade Green. Otherwise, the Thameslink trains will be full to the brim by Dartford. So, yeah, I don't really know at the moment, because I still haven't added that train yet. So I'm sort of just 50-50 at the moment. But so far, I've only added... I have yet to add... what's that station called? Cannon Street. I've yet to build Cannon Street, though there is at least one service I want to start from Cannon Street. So, maybe. Right, Horsham. Either something old or a train I've never rode. Well, I don't... Well, the oldest train in London is the 1972 stock, so if you're that desperate to ride on it, go ahead. Perhaps. That is a solution. Only build as far as Gravesend or Dartford. Dartford would probably be easier to terminate trains at, because you've got more platforms. Where, excuse me. Whereas Gravesend, you only have 2 platforms you can turn out from. Yes, the Medway is a fictional figment of all of our imaginations. And it will remain like that. Well, why would... That sounds like a stupid idea. Why would they send them onto the Bakerloo line? No, have you ever heard of the meme, trash versus garbage? That's essentially what you... That's what you'd be doing there. Oh, boy. World War II. 12. So 12-minute turnaround. Good thinking, Will. Benno is definitely a Here Be Dragons moment on a map. Hello there, Tor. Welcome to the stream. We're just adding our Mole Valley services at the moment. Well, the first one is going to be the one that goes to Horsham, because that's the... Like, well, we're going to add the ones that go to Horsham first. And then the one that terminates at Dorking, and then the one that terminates at Epsom. And then the Southwestern Railway, sorry, one. But that requires me building. Ugh. Indeed, most trains are now modern because, well, the times be changing, mate. Why are you going onto the fast lines, you dumbass? Stay on the slow, like you're like a good boy. Thank you. Here we are. Alright, so now I need to make a variant of this service. Just DK. Now the Dorking one doesn't stop at, let's see. So it misses off Ewell East, Box Hill, and then obviously terminate to Dorking. Oh, is it only just misses off those two? Huh. So Mitcham Eastfields, Mitcham Junction, Hackbridge, Carshalton, Sutton, Cheam, and yeah. How about that? Makes my life easy. Okay. And then in a pinch, use platform 2. We'll just set the stop signal so the game won't have a hissy fit. Good. London to Fab. Well, I feel like the trains, didn't the old high-speed line timetable I thought the trains used to terminate at Faversham anyway. Or at least one train terminated at Faversham. When I was younger, Will, I used to pronounce it Box Hill and West Fumble. Like, you know, Fumbleina. Like that. Roblox. Loading game on a Roblox. Loading game. Indeed. So, the plan involves sending all trains via Deptford or Blackheath Slough to Cannon Street to avoid conflicts. It's not the dumbest idea I've heard. Because most trains do that anyway. The only one I can think of that doesn't do that is the one that goes... I don't know. I can't think of the one off the top of my head, but yeah. It's not stupid. It's I've seen far worse ideas. Like, I'm surprised nobody has whined about what I've done with the Northern Line at Euston. How the Northern Line is basically a massive circle. Look at that. So instead of going towards Camden Town, it just continues on to the opposite loop. But, yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah, I was adding, let's add the service. This will be a prime opportunity to use our 5-car 377s. So, 5:41 will be our first train of the day. That's no problem because we don't care about North London. Good, thank you. Yay! Thank you very much. SN Mole Valley. So shove it at Selhurst. 0541. Where are you? There are many trains I've not got the chance. I never had the chance to ride on, so it's a thing. It's a fact of life that sometimes you're going to have some missed opportunities. It's a shame, but there's not much we can do. Now let's work out the timings. East Croydon's doing fine for now. Let me just check one thing quickly. Well, yeah, one thing that Southern tends to do is swap their trains between different services instead of just running the same one back and forth with the metro trains. To which I say, stuff that. I'll work a way around this. Oh, but then that means I have to make the Bakerloo line even longer, and I don't wanna have the Bakerloo line. Now let's take a look at the threading with this train service. How bad is it? That's not good. That's even worse. Oh, I love threading timetables. Still the... Okay, 18 minutes versus 26 minutes? If I make this the longer wait. Move! Okay. Is there something you'd like? Are we interrupting your time, Karuni? But hello. Alright. Okay, so what if I make this 8 minutes? And then this 40 minutes. What? Okay, so hang on. Which direction is the issue? Platform 2, so it's coming from London. Ugh. No matter what I do, nothing works! I have to fix... So, make this 15 minutes. $25. And then I slew this by 2 minutes. So 15:07. Make it like 1 minute. Okay. That'll do. That'll have to do. Now let's make sure it's not cocking up the other services. Chief among which being the one at Balham. No, one's for common. Let's check there. So we're looking at platforms 1 and 2. So, good. Not good! No! Oh! I can't do it! 19... Yes! Alright, wait. Okay, that helps there. Oh, it's 2 minutes behind. No, it's too close. What if I sap 1 minute from Horsham? And I can't add an extra minute because then it'll bump into the other train ahead of it. Because it's fine on this section, but then when I get to battle, if I just check Wandsworth Common again. So 1450, but... Okay, actually, I can work with that. I think. So 1416. Okay, I think I can actually work with that. That'll do, that'll do. Screw it, that'll be enough, that's fine. It'll be free. Fine, you win. And then sort off to the depot. I've never seen a reenactment. Anytime I hear reenactment, I'm reminded of the reenactment there on Peep Show. That Mark went to. That was hilarious. The idea of separating the long distance and metro services is a cool idea, at least, but definitely not one I would want to do because that just sounds like a headache to sort out with other services. Hello there, Crass. Welcome along. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay. Almost forgot where Horsham was for a second. So 6:15 and... So one of them will be a 10 car. Oh, dumb game. It was the American Civil War reenactment. It was good. There was a pony show which was boring and had AI generated piercing. That's sad. Wow. Why? Why would you do that? People. Well, what a shame that I don't have enough money to go to Hawaii to experience it for myself. Oh well. Alright, so... 6:43? Oh, I misread that again. I thought you said there was an AI-generated swing, and I was going to laugh my head off of how stupid... How do you have an AI-generated swing like one in the park? Was it like the, you know... Oh goody, holographic meatloaf again. AI-generated. Alright. Go to Horsham, and then start off to Horsham Depot. Sidings. So 23, 10. Well, I hope you're feeling better now, at least, Crass. The arch structure in DC is crumbling like America's economy, like the temporary structure. Oh, okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was going to add buy the train. So one will be a 10 car, just for extra capacity. You never know when you might need it. And then one more will be just another 5. That would have been a cool idea if they rebuilt that section and it had like a dedicated above, like new level platform directly connecting Ebbsfleet. That would have made a lot of sense. Although it just meant they would have had to rebuild and reroute that section. Which you should probably know the drill by now. Money bad. But that is a really cool idea. Foam sealant. Flex seal joke. But actually, you know what? I really like that idea. Neverbot. I like that. But the problem is that requires me to build Ebbsfleet International, and I'm scared because I have a legit reason to add the high-speed line to Ashford International. But that won't be until I reach there, but Hulk scared. It was +1 hour, wasn't it? Yeah, okay, so I wouldn't say it's exclusively old people, boomers as you call them. I think anybody lots of people can easily get swept up by AI. Because of how appealing it is to a lot of people. Right, so we've added the main one. So we can open this one. Now let's add and sort out the stopper. Well, when I say stopper, I mean the one that only goes to Dorking. Well, that won't take off. To put it simply. That's why I'm not panicking. The idea simply won't take off. So 643. 543. 613. So SN Mole Valley DK Sell for Selhurst. Yeah, I don't think you know what that means. Because at the end of the day, if we take a look at the London Underground, or more specifically, let's use the Victoria line, the first one. The first self-driving train. It's self-driving, but there's still a driver for starters. That's the first step. Secondly, there's a control centre actually managing and organising the trains. And thirdly, which is the most important thing, what was it? How does it... I've already explained how it works, but I highly recommend that when you're saying AI, the way people word it and make it out as if there is no human input at all, but there is. The Docklands Light Railway trains have a control centre. Exactly. It's not AI. It's like... I guess the best example I could use is imagine you have a remote control aeroplane. Okay? And then you're flying it around the park. And when someone comes around to see, what are you doing? What are you flying? And then you go, oh, that plane... And then you just hide the controller behind your back and go, look, the plane is flying itself, see? That's what it is. You're just hiding it so that people can't see it. That's realistically the best comparison I have. And who is managing the system? Who is controlling the signals? Who's controlling the pathfinding? A signaller! And where is the signaller? In a signal box. And who is the signal? And what is the signaller? A human being. Feel free to contest that at your own discretion. Would you... 60 years. Oh, so roughly for the same amount of time as the, what's it called? The Victoria line. Gotcha. Fair enough. That's cool. What, am I supposed to be impressed? Right, now let's adjust this. There we go. Right, it wasn't, excuse me. No, it wasn't a hedgehog, it just froze. It just, there wasn't any, connection issues, it just froze. So, there we go, we're back now. Alright, yeah, where was I? Yes, so, I was replying to, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was fixing up the service. And I was also replying about, yeah, again, it's, autopilot is a computer that flies according to what the pilot's telling to. A bit different to the AI being talked about. Well, if a technology that good must have a Wikipedia page, so where is it? Because that's the thing, I'm kind of fed up with how it has been turned into a buzzword that people clearly don't know what it means. Oh, wait, hang on, I did the timing wrong. 13. There we go. Perfect. And best of all, we'll only need 2 trains for this. And we'll stop it a bit earlier because, you know, this service is scared of the dark. Okay. Excellent. And when's the first one departing door? Well, the connection seems fine at the moment, but I won't hold my breath. Also, I must check the timings on the outbound service. Caught! Oh, wait a minute. Oh. False alarm. Alright, I'm fine. It is, it does, that frustrates me so much. It's just cab signaling. It's so stupid, you know, just calling it digital signaling. Why not just call it cab signaling? I don't think I still think the technology is still far off for that, because, simply put, if there is an accident, that is caused by AI that results in the death of 150 people due to poor taxiing, who do you put the blame at? As Neverbat said, commercial pilots will remain in the cab for many, many years. Dare I say decades. I completely agree, because they're not going to just get rid of pilots like that. Even if you could fly a plane from London all the way to Jamaica all by itself, no one is that. Even if the technology for that existed, the pilots are definitely gonna have a few words to say about, yeah, I'm not gonna, you know, it's just, yeah. Right, where was I looking at? Alright, actually that works. I've got an idea. So I'll have one that starts at 6:09 from Dorking. So Molval DKG. Yeah, that's the exact quote I was thinking on top of my head. And I was also thinking of the Top Gear line as well. Yes, pilot error is a problem, but computer error is arguably worse. Because if you want to use Tenerife as an example, we at least know what we know what caused that. Well, let me refresh my memory. Bear with. Yeah, we know it was a combination of at least the summary, at least according to Wikipedia, was a combination of pilot and ATC error in poor visibility. Okay? Now, let's imagine we had a similar issue. Like a similar accident, except it was AI error. Again, who do you put the blame at? How do you prevent that from happening again? We'll just code better? Is that the response you're gonna get? We'll get a better code. I'll also raise you an Airbus A340 that had a repeated fault that. Hang on, where is? Let me just try. I remember there was a faulty A340 as well that had a technical issue. Which it was one. I think it was owned by Turkish Airways. I think. Was it Turkish? Or am I thinking of another one? Am I thinking of another plane? I feel like I am. Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Yes, that one. Delhi Mike. That's the one I was thinking of. It was a 330. Okay. No, that's an A340. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, that was. So I was right. Yes. So yeah. So just as a quick refresher. It said that it had a record of having minor and strange technical failures, such as the lights illuminating differently. Now, it never had an accident, like a serious accident. But the thing was, how do you solve that? What if, you're scratching your head at that, and then you're going, well, what do we do? Who's the fault? Yeah, but going back to Tenerife, like what Neverbat said, if there was ground radar, that would have prevented the disaster. It's sort of similar to how if we had ATP installed on more of the lines, there are several accidents that have happened in the UK. What's it called? Then several accidents just wouldn't have happened. Like, case in point, the one at Clapham Junction. Simply wouldn't have happened if there was, like, or more specifically, a German-style PZB system. That just would not have happened. Oh yeah, I was looking at Sutton, shouldn't you? So 5. Oh no! No! I've just realised I've made a huge mistake. So, the Thameslink train has to wait a bit, and now the Southern train will catch up with it. Crap baskets. I don't know what to do. Yeah, the Southern region had their own sort of cab signalling that they were practicing, and then British Rail said, and lo and behold. Ugh. Now I have to solve this crap. Maybe if I just add some extra time waiting at what that station? Sutton, to balance it out as well. It's the best idea I've got. How would you know, Bogdan? Oh my goodness. This service. Can I get away with 3 minutes? Let me try that. Now, let's also double check to make sure it doesn't cock up the other sections. So it's fine there. What about Wandsworth? 16, 20. Okay, it's fine there as well. Good. Yeah, the Hertford Loop was being tested for the East Coast Main Line, but the Hertford Loop has a rather quiet service. The Northampton Loop doesn't. Yeah, I've heard of Adam something, but I don't watch him. I feel like he goes too far the other way regarding public transport. Because I'm one of those people who says, okay, yeah, I can agree that the car can be kind of bad, but we need the car. Otherwise, we need to respect the motor. Well, basically the mindset that I have is that we need to respect the motorist, rather than just say, you know, car bad, train good. I like trains. We need, you know, I love trains, but I also think cars are a necessary evil as well. So we shouldn't completely get rid of cars and stuff like that. Anyway, where was I? I was adding the service starting from Sutton. So 5:30, 5:40. Yeah, for sure. Definitely an urbanist. Well, again, I feel like a middle ground regarding opinions on transport is more than possible. Well, I don't watch many either. And I haven't seen the Hungarian Intercity Plus coaches. I've got better things to do. But I do have an artist... Well, I think I know someone who lives in Hungary. But I don't know where. I just remember that on one of the watermarks on his pictures, the way he dated it was the same way as the dating system in Hungary. So by that logic, he's in Hungary. But you never know. I should ask him. Me. But yeah, the thing is that a middle ground regarding opinions on transport, I think, certainly exists. And I think it's important to be able to have that. I've still yet to ride on a handful of German trains that I really need to get my opinion on, so... But at the moment, my least favourite one is... probably one of the BR42 somethings. But either the BR423 or 425, maybe? I don't know. I need to... Yeah, still need to sample more of them. So 6... No, 7:13. I don't know when the what's the word I'm looking for? Well, again, I don't really watch Mr. Adam. I also have a similar opinion with Not Just Bikes as well, where again it's sort of too far the other way, although probably not as bad. I remember watching his videos when he started. I went, yeah, I really like them. It's just sort of yeah, this is cool. Netherlands is cool. I really like Netherlands, but that's about it. I don't watch Mr. Francis either. Hello, Mr. King All-Star. Welcome to the stream. I'm just trying to add another service on Southern Network. The Southern Network in my area, rather than the Southern for you. So, 18. No, 17. 17, 13. Well, I just don't watch shorts full stop. Because it's just not for me. Well, here's the thing. I completely agree that, you know, that the US has definitely poor infrastructure. And, yeah. Oh, hang on, I misread. I didn't get a chance to read what... oh, what was I saying? Moon colony? With what money? Also, how are you going to regulate people living on the moon That's a whole different story. Like, many things we need to solve before we even consider sending a non-astronaut to the moon. I'd like to remind people, like, with the recent Artemis mission, when we sent them flying by the moon, we had a problem with Microsoft. And Outlook. And that was just for a relatively short flight to the moon and back. Not even landing, just basically like in SpongeBob where they circled the moon and just went back. And we already encountered cock-ups there. Right, where was I? Oh yeah, I was making sure that train heads to the depot. Well, I've always had that mindset with Japan. Like, it's an impressive country. Its main issues are its work culture. Ludwig, I wouldn't really say that everybody in America is dumb. There are dumb people in America, but there are also dumb people down the road from you. I have no opinion on Jeff Marshall whatsoever. This will be another 10-car one. Well, in the interest of fairness in Japan, what is there in the middle of nowhere? The only thing they have, like, if you go outside of a city, most villages in Japan are on the verge of dying because they aren't procreating. I mean, like, Japan's birth rate may as well be non-existent. Alright. Save. Now I need to add some signals. So I forgot to add the signals in this section, so let me just get the signals up. Inclined to agree. Exactly, because there's no jobs there unless you're like working in like I don't know, one singular shop that gets like one tourist a week because they're making a YouTube video about it being no non-existent usage and patronage. Right. Where was I? Oh yeah, signals. 1, 2, 1, 2. So just adding the signals. Oh, that's easy. So this section is real easy. 1, 2. Yeah, there are. Just because I like how you're making. Yeah, it's like just because you have mountains doesn't mean we can't do anything here. Clermont-Ferrand, there's a volcano down the road. If you think mountains are enough to stop people from living there, may I introduce you to something called Mount Etna? Google that and see what's nearby. And that's just the first volcano. Oh, volcano, goodness me! Hawaii! It's literally a volcano as an island! Look at that! Oh, 1, 2, 3. I don't know, Ludwig. I'm not rich. Go ask a rich person where they like to live. Besides, by that logic, then Kensington will just fold in on itself. Oh, so the signal for here is actually placed. That's stupid. Whatever floats your boat. Oh wait, no, I misread it. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What do you think about the stadium idea? Stadiums can increase tourism, but they also increase the people going to stadiums. Which means traffic. I've never heard anybody say that the Shinkansen has had 0 deaths. I've never heard anyone say that. I've heard like the equivalent like reports would say it's safe, which is true, it is safe. I've just never heard anybody say that it's had no deaths. I don't know where you're getting that story from. Try getting through Manchester Victoria when Manchester University. And that is not me forgetting that Manchester Arena even existed. No, sir. Alright. Signalling done. Let's see. It's not going to be as busy, obviously, but we're still going to get passengers using it. So look at that. People are wanting to go to Sutton already. And Dorking. Look at that. Well, I've already had my fair share of travelling during event days because of something called Twickenham. Oh. Yeah, this is going really well. Epsom is going to get quite busy soon. I just know it. Yeah, but you can see my other train here is right behind it. Delicious. Oh! Catch up with the tram. Oh, nice. Will the people be fast enough to catch on? Well, I guess so. In Nimby Rails, yes. In real life, no. Now, I think Jonanator was replying to me. But, yeah, which, if that is the case, funnily enough, I did play rugby in school. When I was younger. I did play for the school team in year 8. Funnily enough, I was actually speaking to Jonanator about... No, not Jonanator, GW Villager... in passing about how I miss playing sports. And if there was a sport if I wanted to get back into, it would be badminton, actually. I loved playing badminton when I was younger. What are you talking about, Neverbat? I don't think there's any way to speak to anyone directly, isn't that right? Nah, there's no way you can speak to people directly. Or at least show that your messages are aimed at somebody. No, sir. Right, so what platform do we go into? Do we go into platform 12? 11? Ooh. How generous. Excuse... I'm gonna call complete... What? So, you know, British football is too intense compared to American football or American soccer. Well, actually, okay, no, American football, never mind. Fair enough, okay. Sorry, what do you... I thought you meant American football, which is like, you know, Yank rugby. You see how busy it gets. Ooh. Ooh, people are actually using this service. Very nice. Very nice. I am very happy with this. I'm indifferent to football. Though, funny enough, on Friday, yesterday at work, I was just helping a passenger to the taxi rank, and somebody just said, "Hey, can I get a selfie with a passenger who was standing next to me?" But yeah, and like, no, a passenger who was standing next to me asked another guy standing next to him if he could get a selfie, which, you know, I just wasn't paying attention. The guy said, yeah, sure, no worries, I don't mind. And I just find it rather entertaining just when the guy pointed out to me, oh, that's John Terry. I went, oh, who's that? He used to play for England. Oh, okay. Come on, move, schnell. All right, at least it doesn't lose time on the timetable. It was just kind of funny how, you know, just a wild John Terry appeared, and not only did I not react to it because I don't know who the guy was, it was sort of like I was taking some passengers in a lift, and hang on. Let me just get... Oh yeah, you're gonna like this. So, I was taking some passengers who were in a lift who just landed from Detroit. And they said, oh, wait... So I asked them, oh, what brings you to the UK then, ladies? And she said, oh, we're here to see Harry Styles. He's playing. And I went, who's that? Is that like, is he like a musician or something? And they just burst out in laughing. They just burst out laughing. Obviously, I've had no idea, you know, like, I have no idea who Harry Styles is. Because I'm that, admittingly, you know, not cultured. It was just kind of funny, though. Yeah, they definitely escaped Detroit for sure. Ooh, will these trains depart at the same time? No, they won't. Oh well. Well, apparently, he's with a small indie band called One Direction. No. Maybe they'll get popular one day. Good evening on the platforms. Welcome to the stream. I was just explaining to the people how I've not heard of Harry Styles when I was helping with some passengers in a lift at work. I have no idea who the guy was. It's kind of funny. Right, now that I've built that section, I now need to build the southwestern bit, which is just this small section here. So how hard can that be? So now we need to build the alternate UL, or EWEL, as I used to pronounce it when I was younger. Yeah, not the biggest fans of Detroit, are we? Everyone in Holmes Chapel doesn't like it. Oh man, imagine being hated in Holmes Chapel. Excuse me. The whole reason I couldn't get laid at prom, the minute you bring One Direction, I'm out. Wow. So you turned down some titty and vag because because the potential lady said, you know, what's your favourite One Direction song? Stuff that and you jump up the window. No, I'm good. How could you? That's your loss. But speaking of genitalia, I had ball surgery. And I feel like, oh, sorry to hear that, man. Funnily enough, you are the second person I've known to have that, so apologies. And I hope it gets well soon. Now, I just actually need to open up the sexual appendix. Where is it? So Kent. If I type in Kent, where is my sexual appendix? There we are. Everybody who had the misfortune of knowing him said he was fooling himself even pre-One Direction. Well, you know, okay, jokes aside, I can't really be shocked by that. But again, I don't really have much of an opinion. Because I don't watch... I don't listen to One Direction. I've never listened... I don't even think I've heard... I don't think I've ever listened, like, sat down and listened to a One Direction song. And, we'll keep it like that for a while. So, we need to go to section 180. Well, I guess the only thing you can really do at the moment is just, you know, just do what your doctor says and just take it easy and recover. You can't force the recovery. You know, you can't just whack your nuts and go, get better! I was about to, like, hit my crotch as an example, but I realised, one, I'm not recording this with any visuals, and two, more importantly, I'd just be hitting myself in the nuts for no good reason whatsoever. So, let's not do that, Daniel. Right, so 60 miles an hour all the way, except a bit of 55 through Stoneleigh. Okay. So oh yeah, there's definitely a bunch of humble celebrities for sure. They're usually they are more rare than common. Like which ones? I can't think of one off the top of my head that I would consider humble. Because I don't really follow that many celebrities. I don't know. The closest, well, I mean, okay, yeah. Well, to be quite fair, any of the Top Gear lads you can get away with because, especially since in their age now, they're kind of, no, they're not as like flamboyant, especially without the BBC on them now. But ooh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard good things about Keanu Reeves as well. Well, the word apparently doesn't really mean too much when it comes to, in these kind of situations. Can't really, like the police don't arrest people because they're a bit mean. Until they do something illegal, there's not much we can do. As far as I'm concerned, he's a great actor, so I'm even less inclined to just believe you instantly. Not to say you're lying, but... Oh, whoops. I said this. Yeah, not to say that you're lying, but at the same time, I just don't have any reason to just instantly believe you. Is what I'm trying to say. Ooh. Oh, there was a line that went this way. Oh, cool. In recent years, the only quote-unquote celebrity I've met, which is a really stretched by the definition, was a voice actor. Because I've been watching him since he was making YouTube videos with Windows Movie Maker on YouTube. Mr. Alex Rochon, who voiced that wacky Ringmaster character from the amazing Technicolor Circus. He was a really nice guy to meet. The only sad thing is that when he was younger, he said that he was interested in trains, but he's grown out of trains now. But I said one day we'll get you back, so soon. Okay, Stonely. Silly crook. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Sorry, there is another person I've met is Hannah Cockcroft, the Paralympic gold medalist. She was lovely. I loved her. It was just nice, Oh, you're really good at what you do. So Stonely, Ewell West. Worcester Park. I'd say it counts. I'd argue that counts. Well, you may have met some iconic train YouTubers, but you have yet to meet me, the best of all. This post is sponsored by Vanity. Just kidding. Alright, we're almost at, almost there. Here we got Preston Park. Let me just do the spur towards Chessington. So I feel like I'll need to add that service as well, just to help with the capacity. Especially since I'm going to bring back the original timetable. 4 trains an hour. 2 to Dorking, 2 to Guildford. Instead of 1 each, because that's dumb. Well, it shouldn't be much of a shock to know that I don't actually like meeting. I'm trying to keep it my whereabouts quiet regarding meeting people, because I just don't really like it in case I meet with a kid who is obsessed with me. It'll happen. I don't find him creepy, I just wouldn't watch him. Which is arguably worse for him, because that's a view loss. And to the modern day YouTuber, views are everything. Come on. Well, it's a bit late for that. They already know what. They already know that for both. But again, there is a reason why I take the Michelin star approach for my reviews. Well, Michelin reviewer, I should say. So, in case people aren't aware, Michelin reviewers don't advertise that they are Michelin reviewers, because that ruins it. I will never cosplay as one of my characters, you filth. Goodness me. Why would I do that? That would be terrifying, though. Imagine if whatever I created with Molten and my other characters ends up getting popular enough that I attend a con. And then I see like a whole bunch of cosplayers as my characters. I'd feel really weirded out. Oh, the platforms here are slightly staggered with the extensions. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Quite frankly, you're right. I have no one to... In a situation like that, I'd have no one to blame but myself. So, Mr. Francis has a surname, I forgot what it is, and I don't really care enough to find it. Sorry. First time for everything, Kurumi. You'll be surprised what people will do for 20 quid. You would mostly feel weird about it because of the things you've commissioned others. No, that doesn't make me feel weird at all. I feel great. It's just that I don't know how far people would go to cosplay up as Molten. That's what concerns me. And rightfully so. But, okay, we've at least built... Oh, hang on. One of the platforms it was slightly shorter. Alright, there we go. That's that platform sorted. Now... Excuse me. Now we can add the service. The southwestern one. So, SWR, Guildford, Mole, SWG, GM, SW, full price 6. Alright. Stop beating around the bush. You know people will show up as biblically accurate. There's bound to be one of them. Do that. But I'll just hope I never see them. Quite frankly, I don't care, because the Grand Tour's already ended. Any attempt to... And look, here's the thing. Any attempt to try and do the Grand Tour, but better, without the original crew, is not worth my time. Enough said. Well, not if I stick my head in the sand and never take it out. Exactly, yeah. The police will be... Well, the police will have a field day, mate. So, yeah. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, bang, bang, bang. So Erstead, Leatherhead, Bookham, Effingham Junction. Oops, did I pick the right platform? Yes, I did. Well, I don't go to Pride things, so you're on your own regarding confirming that and whatnot. Alright. Okay. Stirling, Worcester Park, Motspur Park. Make sure it stops in the right place. Well, here's the thing, I can believe you, but I'm not going to go out my way to sort of, confirm that. I'm good, just saying, fine, whatever. I've still yet to... Oh. Alright, well, see you later, Kurumi. Thanks for coming along. I'm going to be probably ending in about 10-15 minutes anyway. I'd like some food. Right, let me just open up the timetable again. So if I open up that... Sometimes I wish I can get this... Ugh. I wish I can get the same level of hidden connections that Francis has, because I don't know how the hell he gets all these... Well, I feel like you just answered your own question. How does he get all the rare movements? I wish he had the hidden connections, and well, you answered your own question. I wish I had an apple tree, but I just don't know how the hell you can get a whole bunch of apples. Well, I think you do know. That's exactly. Simplest question. The simplest question usually has the simplest answer. Or yeah, either that or he finds them in the shelves in Tesco. More Valley, Guildford. And the timings. Let's see. So 7:09. Well, again, he has connections that most of us don't have. And it's not really a case of, you know, can you give me information that you can't disclose or is not public knowledge? Because most times people will just tell you to, rightfully so, sod off. Alright then, you have a good night's sleep, Tan. Vasin, thanks for coming along. Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, that as well. I should also cover. Right? You can, you know, it's about making yourself. If you make yourself well known in a positive way, you might be able to get connections. But if you, well, the way you've behaved to me in other times, you might need to work on. You might need to grow up a little bit before that happens. That's my advice. So what was the time of this train? It was 09 and 39. Alright, let's bring in the, Oh, the 458's capacity sucks. That's rubbish. We can get a 456 as well, just to help. So let's take a look at the so we're gonna have to have stupidly long turnaround times. Great! It's just what the doctor ordered. Let's see how that works. Okay, let's look at the times on this. 33. Oh! That fits rather well. So 33, 03, 18. Oh, that works well. Yay! Okay, what about Rains Park? Oh, wait, that's not going to help. Have I made a mistake? Why is it appearing twice? Alright then, well, see you later. Okay. Oh. Yeah, you always jump up and down when this song plays. Anyway, where was I? So, platform 2. Yep, that works. That works. Oh! Perfect! Slots in beautifully. Very nice. Very nice. I am happy with that. Very happy with that. I will take that for sure. Clapham sidings. Wanted to go and see some buses from different stagecoach diversions that do the Silverton shuttle, but I was too late. Oh well. Better luck next time. Right, now a regular pair of 455s. Without a 456. And then a cheeky 701. Then another 455 pair. Stick our 456 at the end. Where was I? Now 2 more trains and then it's sorted. So 6:39. 5:39. So SWR, MBG, Guild. Starting from Guildford. 6:39. So 6:09. Let's look back. Oh, I hope this helps. 7:09. And 22:39. Then it goes to the depot at the sidings in Guildford. Excellent. So, So we have another 455 with a cheeky 456 stuck at the end, and one more 701, which will be a -5 in pairs. Because why not? Minus. Yep, lots of buses are sadly going now thanks to the electric state coming along. Oh, whoops daisy, I need to add the signals on this section here, I just remembered. Otherwise that's gonna cause some problems later. So let me adjust that quickly before we start running our trains. So, one. We've got signals. So, Stoneleigh, it's 1, 2. And 1, 2 again. Except 1 in the opposite direction. One there. There. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we can run that service. Oh, sorry, it was. It's the end of the world, except it's not. Oh, just fits. No, it's because I put the stopping point a bit closer. I see. Well, let's speed up to the next day. Then, after we've looked at how this is handling, we'll end the stream. Oh? Oh dear. Is this another bit of news I'm learning about the buses in Hong Kong? Wait, no, hang on. It's not City... No, City Transport isn't the Hong Kong one, isn't it? I'm thinking of another operator, sorry. Ooh dear. I hate paying people to do work. Why can't people work for free? Oh, okay. Sorry, I must have got it mixed up with the other ones. Apologies. So GN, that's the one that goes this way. Well, still relatively busy. Lots of people wanting to go to Stoneleigh and Worcester Park, which at least that's a lot more believable. very nice. I'm really happy with this. Many moons ago, a bus he preserved wound up getting sold scrap because he didn't pay the site fees the way he was stored. Oh, that's horrible! Oh, dang it! That would annoy pretty much anyone involved. That's awful. Huh? We're getting lots of passenger usage, at least around Epsom, that's for sure. And I haven't even added the other Epsom service, so a little bit nervous on how that's going to happen, how that's going to be on Monday. So I'm just going to speed up to Monday and see what's going to happen. Yeah, lots of people wanting to go to Keymer. Hold on. Monday can't come sooner. If only there was a way to make sure that the things you paid for stay paid for. So the most profitable southwestern service currently is still the Portsmouth services. No, that's not really much of a shock. That almost pretty much every line. Oh yeah, that's. I was a bit worried, but those services aren't making money today because they're not running. So fair enough. But the thing is that with the save, almost pretty much every line is profitable, which is really cool to see. But let's see how busy they're gonna get now. So we already got 1,000 people at Waterloo. Let's see how busy this train will get. Oh, how many? What's the maximum I put at Epsom again? Oh, that's cool. 3,000. Oh, that's gonna fill this train to the brim. I just realised. Oh crap. Yeah, I should probably get that other service added in a bit, but not now. We'll be fine. Yep. Ooh, getting kind of busy. Ruh-roh. Yeah, but mostly handling it. Lots of people wanting to... Oh, okay, that at least makes sense. Lots of people going to Gatwick Airport. Fine. Whatever. Ooh, delicious. Full to the brim. I forgot where Silverstone actually is. I didn't think it was near Oxford. Huh. Still, I'm really happy with how we're progressing. Victoria Line's getting kind of busy, but it doesn't matter. The trains run every millisecond, so I'm fine with that. And trains to Earlsfield, no big deal. Because even if this one gets full, the next one will be able to handle it. No biggie. Wonderful. So, that's some fantastic progress we've done. So I'm going to add the Epsom and Dorking services behind your backs, so we don't have people screaming on this line here. And in the meantime, that'll be it for tonight. So, thank you everybody for coming to tonight's stream. I think we made some really good progress, and I'll speak to you all next time then. Goodbye everybody! Alright, let's end the stream.